or something. But realistically, like, I feel like a Digicam obviously makes more sense, and like a, oh my lord, you guys, tell me.
It's pretty.
Greetings, fellow Terrestrials. Thank you so much for coming back. And if you're new here, I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy your time here. I don't know how soon after recording this you guys will be seeing this, but today I turned 30, and well, in my last talking head, I had mentioned that I was taking time away from the channel in order to kind of get things in line so that I could attack things with intention to execute the plans that I wanted to for this channel. So I've officially, I think I've got everything in line in a manner where I'm comfortable stepping into these projects that I've been planning. So keep your eyes out for the Subtle Sessions series. Today I'm launching my new series, Digicam Revival, to, you know, keep what started this channel alive, the Digicams. But instead of seeing me fumble with the brand new camera, you're gonna see my friend Anthony. No, he actually didn't fumble with it at all, and he executed and lived out the channel motto to thrive within limitations, like, very well. Anthony's from Shreddygnar Productions. You might have seen his logo on some of the videos I've been posting. He's been recording the majority of the Local Legends series, the live music series that I've been showcasing. He's used to shooting with like a massive tele lens and a modern mirrorless camera for his wildlife photography and whatnot. And he graciously was willing to let me strip him down to nothing but a Sony Cybershot little pocket camera, just the perfect little Digicam. It's not as old school as we're used to working with here, but you know, we gotta start somewhere, right? No, I'm just kidding. But I will say, I would love to preface, before we get into the video, we initially started filming with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I freshly started using it, and I gotta say, we had a few trip ups. The short of the story would be that we had some frame drop issues that led to a week of trying to recover video that was technically not necessarily unsalvageable, but I'm only going to show a little bit. And it really stinks because we had a great interview with a wildlife photographer that we ran into and while we were out, and I'm a little disappointed that I jumped the gun, but if I can explain all that in a future video, that I'd love to, if you guys are interested in me breaking down like my experience in building out this camera to finally reaching a point of usability and not having these types of trip ups, because I've officially gotten it taken care of. I know what happened in this video, but you know, there's nothing I can do to fix the initial first half of the video not being filmed properly, so I do apologize, guys. Coming back strong, right? No, but let's get into the video.
So those are the vintage cams.
Yeah.
The 5 megapixel, really limited, which I felt like would be a lot less up your alley. And maybe I brought those just to more incentivize you to try out one of these guys. Still needs a little work.
It works.
Yeah. I know which one I think you'd go with.
Think so?
Yeah. I haven't whipped out the memory cards yet, so.
I'm gonna go with the Sony.
Oh shit, heck yes!
Yeah!
Alright, I wanted to.
Gotta back up a bit to get this focus.
Yeah, not as much control on that one.
It's a telephoto lens, 900 millimeter. No.
I wonder if there's attachments. I always thought about, like, it probably wouldn't be hard to 3D print something that could snap on the front of that. You know,
right.
Just, like, do something. It'd be fun.
blown out. How do you adjust the aperture on this thing?
Is there a way to on that one?
I think it's only by zoom.
Oh man.
So zoomed in, F13, you zoom out, F11, 10, 9, and then 8.
Huh. Yeah.
Other than that, you just go to the ISO menu, change that around. Got focus. Not a touch screen either. There we go.
Sorry.
How dare you? All right.
You figured it out?
We got what we got. We got what we got.
I'm aware of what I'm working with. That's at least for sure.
They have a burst mode option. And I can't get the. There we go.
Really.
Burst mode.
Beautiful.
And the sun coming out of the trees.
Beautiful. A little ant going on. Oh, he's scared of me.
Where's the burst?
It's not bursting.
It's not bursting. Squirrel.
I don't know if I can get him in the shot.
So your ISO is maxed out at 800 when you're in burst mode.
He's looking for his nuts.
Same.
Interesting. See, I'm not used to this. I hope you don't mind me filming you a little bit. But
No, that's okay.
All right.
That's okay.
Just so you know, I forced that tiny camera into his hand. It's not what his usual camera.
It's a prop.
No, we're just showing him that he can actually pull some really cool images out of it.
What are you doing this for?
Oh, I have a YouTube channel where I showcase new photographers. It doesn't, not necessarily, it doesn't matter what gear you have, but that you can start off with a $20 camera. It's a Sony Cybershot, big model.
I use when I'm like running or riding a bike and I don't want to take this thing.
Yeah.
I use the Canon. I'm trying to think. It's a PowerShot DS something.
Yeah, DSC.
But anyway, it takes really good pictures. It actually takes better pictures of the moon than this zoom lens does.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah. But anyway, I use it when I'm out riding.
Yeah.
Or running.
Yeah.
Because this isn't very practical for that.
For sure.
That's the exact. That's what I'm trying to get across. You can't always have
Yeah.
your freaking Sigma 100 to 700.
Yeah, they say the best camera in your hand is, or the best camera is the one in your hand.
Do you have like a channel or like an Instagram or something?
Yeah.
What
I have
is
an Instagram. My Instagram is Word and Spirit Creations.
Word and Spirit Creations.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of wildlife.
Same.
A little bit of landscape and
Yeah.
buildings and stuff too.
Yeah, that's basically he's
That's pretty much what I do is wildlife photography
Yeah.
for the most part, and then recently been getting people
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Sorry to follow you. We
No,
just
that's
happened to be-
okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
It's a public space.
that's true. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Don't be so
It's like, how long do you let it sit? Do you move it right after you take the photo, or is it just taking time to write to the card?
It's probably because it's a CMOS sensor. and the more modern sensors that take a little longer to write. There's like a science behind it. That's why everybody's always like CCD over. I think my experience with Digicams is that I prefer the CCDs anyways. I like the color sensing. So many turtles.
Yeah, I see a fish right there. Or something.
You see it? Where? Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, last time I was here, there was like over there on those branches on the other side, they had a bunch of like herrings and stuff.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
We got him.
Hold on.
Beautiful.
Wonderful. He's so freaking cute, bro.
Yeah, I just had a tick on my head.
That's freaking wild. You got him though?
I think so. One of them.
Yikes.
Oh, when you get a tick, you get paranoid.
Just part of being out here. Making sacrifices. Now,
You know, one thing I would wish they would implement into modern cameras is a little dial like this where you can just zoom the lens.
I know, isn't that so easy? I always think about that. I think about that all the time, actually. I'm glad you pointed that out. You're like, yeah, it's like
The
such a yeah, especially you just get used to it.
Like, imagine if it was just right here on a roll plate or something, you could just zoom in like that.
Oh man, dream. So how are you feeling about it for its convenience factor?
It's light.
Yeah. Ideally,
It's not fast, but it is fun to use. I kind of like taking portrait pictures more than landscapes for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just because it's so tiny.
Yeah, I could see that. The idea of just dropping, for sure. I definitely feel like we chose a situation where you would ideally have, like, it's not really practical to bring a Digicam for a situation like this other than to maybe frame your shot, like maybe especially if you're shooting film and you want to make sure you know it's worth it or something. But realistically, like, I feel like a Digicam obviously makes more sense in like a, oh my lord, you guys, tell me.
It's pretty.
What were you saying about Digicams?
They take beautiful pictures, obviously.
Exactly. It is
They take,
all in the hands of
10 times optical zoom, 16.1 megapixels.
It's definitely nice to have like a somebody behind the camera. That's a big part of it. Somebody who's willing to work with its limitations, because that's a huge point of it all, is to not just like give up when you've taken a shot on auto and you realize that you don't like the way that it looks in auto. Well, maybe you need to break into the settings. Maybe you need to angle your shot right. Maybe you need to get your lighting right. Oh my lord. Guys, it's so beautiful. Let me see if I can get a shot of it.
I gotta get the distance.
I'm so excited to see your shots, bro. Having joy with understanding the fact that his capabilities are not limited by anything.
Zooming in, it doesn't really capture all the detail.
Oh yeah, you kind of don't have control of that bokeh and depth of field and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Lovely scene. Oh.
Here, come check this out. I about walked through that.
Oh, gnarly.
Yeah.
So I would have hated that comparatively.
Yeah, I looked down at the last second and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that would have bit right through you.
Yeah, especially you, you're just wearing shorts.
Yeah. I'm wondering if I actually locked my car. I hate to say that, dude.
Get one more just for safety.
Oh, I'm in the light. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Work out.
Beautiful. I love the character of that sensor.
Yeah, it's the convenience of having that wide focal length.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Sweet.
All right, boy.
It's so hot.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate you coming out and doing this with us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me out. It was really fun. I thought this was a lot of fun to use too. I liked the capabilities of like zooming in and out, having that wide angle, having something tight. The minimal focal distance does change when you zoom in and out, so you can't get macro-esque stuff, which I don't think you were expecting to get with this, but it's still fun to take photos with.
Right.
You get a lot of creative shots, play with the lights, the shadows, if you got stuff showing in the foreground, highlighting stuff in the background, like things like that. It's really all about framing when you have something like this. You can get really good shots with something like this. It's still a 16.1 megapixel camera. And it's like once you get the framing right and your lighting right, your shot's gonna look pretty no matter what. It doesn't really matter the, like, I don't know, density of your megapixels or how high of a quality camera you have to do something that's fun and creative and that, you know, resonates with you personally, you know?
Right, yeah, absolutely. But obviously, you know, I mean, in the long run, even I have succumbed immensely to the the gear acquisition syndrome, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, same.
So I started with these little guys just like around a year ago, and I'm like, you've seen what I'm working with now. It's just, you can't escape it. But it's kind of like a what do you call it? An entry level drug.
Yeah. Right.
I'm kidding. No,
yeah, absolutely. I feel like if you were to get one of these to just kind of get the gist of how to do exposure, that would be
a great use for it. Yeah.
What's nice about this is I haven't seen a setting on here that's fully manual.
Yeah.
Like,
so it is pretty easy to kind of
aperture is kind of set. Yeah, you can adjust the
it.
ISO if you wanted to, but you know, if you wanted to just throw this on full auto, which most people do with, older DSLRs and stuff like that as well. Just to get started, throw it on auto, learn framing, throw it on one of the partial metering modes like aperture priority or shutter speed priority, to where it's like setting one thing in rock solid formation for you and you kind of build around that.
Right.
But again, full auto most of the time, other than ISO really, or if you zoom in it changes your aperture.
Dude, I'm sweating. I appreciate
Same.
you standing out in this heat.
Are those photos going to be JPEGs?
I didn't know if you, I should have told you, sometimes they shoot raw sometimes. I don't know if this one could. I didn't even know if it was set to that.
We'll find out later.
Yeah, and hey, if you guys want to see more of this, and especially if you want to see more with Anthony, let us know and we will figure that out. We just need to antagonize him. He's down for whatever. All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right, now I'm leaving you. I'm kidding.